Well, I don't know how many of y'all have daughters, but the first miracle of the 2019 election cycle has occurred today. I was actually able to get Ely and all three girls ready in here on time. Y'all really should laugh. Trust me, it's been challenging. Look, we are here today because we believe in Mississippi and we love Mississippi. We're here today because we know Mississippi's best days are ahead of us. Ely and I both grew up in small Mississippi towns. We both went to small Mississippi public high schools. We both graduated and went to Mississippi colleges. We then graduated and got Mississippi jobs. And now we are so very blessed to have three beautiful Mississippi kids. And finally, we are here today because I am officially qualifying to become a candidate for governor of the great state of Mississippi in 2019. I will tell you that I am an eternal optimist, and I will run an optimistic campaign. A campaign that focuses on results and solutions for Mississippi's future. And a campaign that always protects the taxpayers and always protects our Mississippi values. And I will oppose at every opportunity the values of Hollywood and Washington, D.C., and I will defend the values and the culture of Mississippi. And I will always support economic opportunity and individual freedoms. We will continue our focus on more and better paying jobs, the same focus that has led us to our state's lowest unemployment rate in her history, our state's highest graduation rate, and the largest number of people working in our history. Ely and I have dedicated a great portion of our lives to making Mississippi an even better place to invest capital, an even better place to create jobs, and an even better place to raise a family. And it's that same passion and that same dedication that has led us to this decision today and that will drive us in this campaign. And so I'm going to open the floor to just a couple of questions, and then I'm going to go over here to the table and actually officially sign the paperwork to become a candidate. So thank you all for being here today. And do we have a question or two?
Lieutenant Governor Reeves, what do you see as your main theme for why you want to be the next governor of Mississippi?
I think you'll see us talk an awful lot about job creation, about bringing better and higher paying jobs to our state. I think you'll hear us talk a lot about the fundamental views of how we get there. Obviously, there's a threefold approach. Number one, we've got to have a fiscally responsible government if we're going to see long-term job creation efforts work in Mississippi. Number two, we got to have a tax code that is fair, one that is flat, one that encourages economic development, not one that discourages it. And thirdly, we've got to have a extreme focus on educational outcomes, on results. And I will tell you that is one of the things I'm most proud of. And I hope y'all will write more and more about it. Not because it's good for me, because it's good for the kids of our state. When you look at what's happened in Mississippi over the last 10 years in terms of educational attainment, it's really quite remarkable. And we want to continue to provide opportunity for every kid in Mississippi. It should not matter what a kid's zip code is, nor should it matter what their mom and dad do, or in some instances don't do for a living. Every kid in our state deserves an opportunity for success, and we'll focus on that in the campaign.
One of the other Republicans in the race has already dropped out. There's talk of others getting in. Are you expecting a hotly contested Republican primary?
Well, thank you for mentioning that. And I just want to say that to Hal and Mindy, our prayers go out to them. As you may know, Hal Marks, the mayor of Petal's wife, was recently diagnosed with cancer. They are fighting that aggressively. And I have sent a tweet. I couldn't have said that when I first ran in 2003. So times have changed. But we have sent a tweet to Hal, and Ely and I are praying for him and his family. The great thing about living in America is anybody can run for anything they want to run for. And I think that's a great thing. But the fact of the matter is, the political fight that we have before us in 2019 is with the liberal policies and the liberal ideas of the party of Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, and Jim Hood. And that's what we're going to focus on over the next 10 months.
Governor Bryant has a very close relationship, I'm sure, as you know, with President Trump. What is your relationship? Do you receive endorsement, or what is your relationship with the president?
Well, I was honored. Ely and I both were honored a couple of weeks ago to be invited to the White House for the Christmas party. I got to see a lot of my good friends up there, including Governor McMaster in South Carolina and the Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina and a lot of others. I also had the opportunity to spend a little time, the girls and I did, with Governor Bryant. And I'm very thankful for the relationship that he and I have. And so there's going to be a lot of time over the next couple of days, couple of weeks, over the next couple of months for there to be endorsements coming in. And I look forward to that. But I really believe that we're going to see a large number of conservatives all over Mississippi and all over America rally behind our campaign, because we know this is a critical election, not only for the future of Mississippi, this is a critical election going into the 2020 presidential as well.
The Secretary of State said it looks like maybe 3,000 people are going to be leaving the state or have left the state, which means a lot of federal dollars are moving elsewhere. How are you going to address the so-called brain drain and keeping those millennials here in Mississippi?
Well, I think I've given a number of policy statements regarding that over the last several years, and I will continue to do so. It is critically important that we build a Mississippi, that encourages people not only to stay here, but people to move here. And the only way to do that is to have an environment where economic freedom thrives, where we create more and more entrepreneurs in our state. When I first got out of Millsaps, when Ely first got out of Millsaps, there were a number of companies that were headquartered here, and there were a tremendous number of opportunities for professional jobs. Many of those smaller companies have become bigger companies. Their headquarters have moved. And so we're going to continue to look for ways to allow for entrepreneurs to grow businesses and small businesses here in Mississippi so that we have the jobs of the future. So thank you all very much for being here. I sincerely appreciate it. We are going to walk over here to the table. So if you have a camera and you want to get that, we're going to walk over to the table and actually sign the paperwork. So thank you all. This is important to you, obviously.
Okay, thank you. And we'll get you copies later today. There we go. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Thanks for everything. Appreciate it. All right, girls.
Thank you.